What's going on, everybody? Crazy Dog back with my Browns Ravens Week 7 preview as Jacoby Brissett and the 2-4 Cleveland Browns hit the road once again as they head to Baltimore, Maryland to face off against Lamar Jackson and the 3-3 Baltimore Ravens. And this game starts a brutal 5-game stretch for the Cleveland Browns that includes the Bengals next week at home on Halloween. So yeah, Browns will be on Monday Night Football next week. And then we got our bye week. Now that bye week could be huge for us because the day after the Bengals game is the trade deadline. So if the Browns acquire anybody, they would have the rest of that week, and then they would have the week after to incorporate any new players into the system. So I guess the bye week could be huge for us in that department if they do indeed make any trades. Now, after the bye week, things get really tough because we have the Dolphins, then we have the Bills, and then the week before Deshaun gets back, we face Tom Brady and the Bucks. And if you ask me, it's very possible that the Browns don't win a game until Deshaun gets back. I'm not saying they won't win a game. I'm saying it's very possible that they won't. But if you ask me, I think the Browns are going to steal a game or two out of these next five. I wouldn't even be shocked if they somehow pulled off 3 wins. I wouldn't be shocked. The way this team is, you know, then you look back at what we've already faced. We had Baker Mayfield and the Panthers, beat them. We lost to Joe Flacco and the Jets. We came back on a short week, beat Mitch Trubisky and the Steelers. And then, of course, we've lost 3 straight games to the likes of Marcus Mariota and the Falcons, Justin Herbert and the Chargers, and, of course, Bailey Zappi and the Patriots. All those games were very, very winnable. And now we have a gauntlet coming up. And it'll be interesting to see if this team can rise to the challenge. Now, as for any news and propaganda, I could not find any propaganda related to the Browns. I don't even know if this team is even worth it at this point because there's not much propaganda-worthy content to post about this team right now. Most of my propaganda is regarding the offense. The defense freaking sucks. I mean, you get Grant Delpit out here lollygagging like he's on a Sunday jog. I loved Grant Delpit out of college, and it sucked that he lost his rookie year. But my God, bro, you gotta get it together, especially this week, facing Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews, who have notoriously killed us in their careers so far. Of course, J.K. Dobbins. I don't know if Gus will be back yet, but yeah, they got J.K. Dobbins, and that's really all they need. At receiver, they have Rashad Bateman. I mean, their receiving core isn't as scary as some of the other teams that we've faced, but that don't mean anything, especially if we don't have Denzel, because we all know what Greedy does. All he does out there is get burnt by everybody. Greg Newsome's been the best corner, other than MJ Emerson. And it's crazy how good MJ Emerson has been. He and Greg have been the 2 best corners that we've had so far. Denzel has not been great. And a lot of people are looking at him going, why did you pay him $100 million? Well, how are we supposed to know that he was going to completely fall off a cliff this year? But that happens with a lot of people, They get the bag and they lose that intensity. They lose that hunger. I mean, Denzel's is not getting bullied, but they are picking on him a little bit. Denzel's got to make him pay. And of course, he's in concussion protocol, so we'll see when he comes back. But you look at our front 7. This is a huge game for them because they're going up against a guy that is as slippery as any quarterback in the league. You think you got him 1 second, and then boop, he finds a hole and he's taken off for 20 yards downfield. He is one of the most evasive quarterbacks in the NFL. Right up there with the likes of course, Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson. Those, in my mind, are the 3 most slippery quarterbacks in the NFL. Jalen Hurts could even be up there too. but we gotta find a way to contain him. You know, we did contain him that one time. What was it, 2019, when we went into their house and we stomped on them. And then, of course, last year we faced them twice, split with them. The one game we lost to these guys was the game when the defense forced what, 4 turnovers, but Baker Mayfield was insanely unserious, and we could not take advantage of any of those turnovers. And then in the second game, of course, we won, but Lamar Jackson got hurt, and I think it was Tyler Huntley came in there, and he actually almost led them to a comeback. But it was Jadeveon Clowney and Denzel Ward, I believe. Or was it Greg? I don't remember. I know one of our corners made a huge tackle on, what was it, 4th down to force a turnover on downs, and we got the ball back. That was huge. I need to see that kind of thing this week. I really do. Because this game could change the season. This team needs to get their swagger back. I have noticed that with this team. They have no sort of swagger, no edge to them. Like last year, the defense was always fired up. You don't know what gives. Like, it's crazy. Like, this defense has no edge to them. It's like half the guys are out there just to get a paycheck. And if that's the case, well then we're doomed. If guys are just out here getting their check, we're screwed. We're screwed. And it doesn't really help that our lovely defensive coordinator is a freaking bozo. And then people are like, oh yeah, Kevin Stefanski sucks. Well, the thing is, Kevin can only do so much because our offense could have the game of their lives, scoring 35 points, but then lo and behold, our defense gives up 36 or 40. Our offense has to pretty much pull in Ohio State most weeks because our defense just does not want to show up. Last week against the Patriots, all right? We were getting pressure on Zappe at times. And then once Myles Garrett got his all-time franchise sack, no pressure. Although we did get another one later on, which of course he hurt himself in the process. I think he re-aggravated a shoulder injury from the car accident. But we really could not get pressure on Zappe. And it's not like the Patriots had an insanely good offensive line. They did have some decent players, but getting pressure on them. But this bozo Joe Woods always be sending 4 guys. He doesn't send 5 or 6. He's always sending 4. You're not going to get a lot of pressure unless you have a guy like Myles Garrett who's getting double and triple teamed every play. You're not going to do much sending only 4 guys. It's just the way it is, especially when you're missing Jadeveon Clowney and Garrett's getting double teamed. Joe Woods either has to grow a pair of balls or get out. Because this defense, what I'm seeing right now, is absolutely not it. It's garbage. And then you got people in the, organization saying, we're not going to fire him right now. So you're going to have this garbage-ass defense for the entire year? When Andrew Berry literally said, we don't view this as a lost season. So you don't view this as a lost season, but yet you don't want to try and save the season by firing a garbage-ass D coordinator. That don't make no sense. And I'll be interested to see if the Browns even make any trades before the deadline. I wouldn't be shocked if they didn't. I mean, yeah, they traded for Deion Jones, but they didn't even play him against the Patriots. We really could have used him, but he needs another week. I've seen guys more unprepared than Deion out there. You could literally just throw Deion out there, like with little knowledge of the playbook, and just say, Deion, we need you to follow that guy around. That's all you got to do. And he'd probably do a better job than Jacob Phillips, who's been here for a couple years. Who would take Deion Jones with little to no knowledge of the playbook over Jacob Phillips right now? It's sad. And I'm sure a lot of Browns fans would agree with me. Jacob Phillips is not him. Not at all. When Anthony Walker got hurt, there was an immediate dip when it comes to our linebacking core. JOK is good, but he can only do so much. Even he's starting to get a little iffy, but he's still good. Jacob Phillips freaking sucks, low-key. He needs to pick it up or get out. Get benched. What is it with these LSU guys turning into scrubs? Now, I know Deion Jones is from LSU, and he's been fantastic so far in his career. My God. The guys that we've already had here from LSU freaking suck. Brady's getting torched left and right. Jacob Phillips looks like he doesn't know what the hell he's doing half the time. What's up with that? Grant Delpit's out here just lollygagging around. I swear. I've about had it with this damn defense. Like, if our offense goes out there and has the game of their lives, Jacoby's out here hooking. Nick Chubb's getting over 100 yards, a couple touchdowns. Amari Cooper's looking good. Our offense goes out there and just balls out. While our defense goes out there looking like they just want to collect a check. And we lose. I'm gonna freaking lose my mind. I'm gonna have a rant of the ages. Oh my god. And then the funniest part would be trade deadline comes and goes and the Browns don't do anything. Yeah, that would mean that they change their mind and they view this season as lost and they don't want to, lose draft picks, even though we don't have a first round pick anymore. Who's really loving us right now? Texans. Why? Because right now they would have 2 top 10 picks. I think Deshaun could get us a couple wins when he comes back, but he ain't going to fix this defense. He's going to have to ball out in spite. I mean, we might score 30 plus in a game with Deshaun, but the defense would give up 35 plus. I don't understand what gives. Last year, our defense was really good, especially at the end of the year. You would think that they would pick up where they left off, being as we didn't really lose that many players from last year. But it's like something changed. We didn't really lose any coordinators. Obviously, Joe Woods is still here. You would think they would get better, right? No, they look worse. I think they look worse now than they did in the first half of last year. I don't understand. I really don't. I'm like, damn. I honestly have no idea what to say about this damn defense. And speaking of Deion Jones, by the way, a couple of days ago, the Browns announced that they pretty much took off next year for Deion. So he'll be a free agent after this year, which is okay because you look at what Deion's contract was before we made the change. Deion was due to be paid, I think, like $12 or so million next year. So we just took that year off his contract. I mean, we could still extend him, but it would probably be for a little less money, so we could actually spend some next year. Although we do have quite a little bit of money left to spend. But I'm really wondering what we're gonna do at the trade deadline. I really am. I don't even know if we're gonna do anything. With that being said, let's talk about this freaking game, shall we? So we're gonna get into my 3 keys to victory. Key number 1, obviously, stop Lamar Jackson. Obviously, you got to stop Lamar Jackson. If you stop him, if you contain him in the run game, and if you can maybe get a couple interceptions or whatever in the passing game, we should be able to beat the Ravens. Number 2, force turnovers and take care of the ball. That kind of plays into stop Lamar. Force turnovers like we did in that first game last year. I believe we forced 4 turnovers, but we couldn't do a damn thing because our quarterback was a freaking unserious bum. And then we got to take care of the ball. Last week was not good from Jacoby. What did he have? 2 interceptions. Could have had more. Not great. 4 turnovers. Led to 24 points by the Patriots. Can't have that. And then number 3, win the freaking game. Up until last week, we had the lead after 3 quarters in every game. And at the case against the Patriots. So, simply put like this, just go out there and play a great game and get the win. That's all I got to say. Player to watch, Amari Cooper. I think he could have a big game. I would love to see him go crazy. My prediction, Browns win 24-21, and we get to 3-4 in the season with the Bengals coming up. So with that being said, guys, I'm gonna head on out of here. Have a great rest of your day. See you guys later for Yankees and Guardians. Until then, I'm Crazy Dog. Let's go Browns, and I'm out.